how we approach a new season can determine where burnout and overwhelm live. So, hear me out. Here in Sisterhood today, we are talking about remembering and retaining and renewing a basic rhythm. Because when we go into a new season, this new season can be taken by the horns, but it doesn't have to be done in a way that risks burnout or overwhelm. And it takes sitting down with our resilience map. We've all gone through and done that at some point in your relationship with me. And if you haven't, you need to download it again. And my challenge is if you have, download it again. Get that fresh perspective on who you are in this season and what you need. Because when it comes to remembering and retaining and renewing that rhythm, we need to know what works. So I'm reminded as I'm coming through the month of August, getting some like New Year vibes because of the season I'm in and what I've lived through. And this just time of year, now looking back, I'm like, yeah, I kind of get that New Year vibe this time of year. But we don't have to go at it in a way that runs everything else out of the way. Because this new season, again, it can be taken by the horns, but we need to do it carefully. We need to do it structurally so that resilience can take hold as well. And that's where a resilience map comes in really handy. And this isn't a map that's all filled in for you because I don't know what works for you. You know what works for you. And it might change from season to season. That's again why we have to be careful as we approach a new season or that new year vibe to remember, okay, I'm really excited about this thing, but if I'm going to go whole hog, if I'm going to go after this, if I'm going to take it by the horns, what needs to be in place? And so, as I know for myself, coming out of my kind of yearly destination vacation, that's just what we do as a family. It's based around blueberry season and something I did growing up that I get to share with my family now. And then afterwards, it's my son's still birthday and then my husband's birthday. And it just becomes 2 weeks of just being present and not looking at the calendar, not looking at any of the obligations. And now going into this, I did a lot of extra work, like knowing I would need to take care of those things for myself. But coming out, I'm getting those New Year vibes. And so I want to remind you we can write the lists, we can set the goals, we can look at something and say, that's what I want to do. And now we can pace ourselves by remembering what works, by pulling into and from past seasons of, oh, this worked then, or that time of year, or when I had a similar goal. And then also renewing, like what does this new version of you need, right? Is it a slight diet change or a routine change, or it still needs the kid to have quiet time, right? Like there are some non-negotiables that might go from season to season, and they might shift a little bit. The timer set on the clock might look different than it has in past seasons to do certain tasks or to get into certain zones. But it's those things in our own personal resilience maps that keeps us out of that risk of burnout and overwhelm. Okay. So I want to pose a question to you. And that is first, do you see a new season in front of you? Is it a shift in the season on the calendar? Is it the turn of a page? Is it a new goal that has been brought to light, you're like, how do I fit this in? Okay. Because yes, you start with a resilience map. Then it becomes, how do I take this into action? And that's something we do in the Anchored Woman experience, where we walk through just a quick reset that gets us into that next zone to know what that next right step is. Then we host planning sessions. And so in those identity-based planning sessions, we walk that through into an action plan for that season. And then in the Anchored Woman retreats, that's where we get to define who we are, declare what it is that we do, and then how we do it. Okay. So being able to walk that through, we don't always start at the very end, like how we do it, right? We have to go from that resilience map through that quick reset to take one action step and then to lay it out into a plan and a rhythm and remind ourselves who we are, what we do, and how we do it so that it can become something that if we take those 2 weeks off, we can recover from, but not in a way that slides us into that burnout and overwhelm. Okay. So that's what I want to leave you with today. Secondly, so the first question was, what season are you anticipating? And then the second question is, how can you do this carefully? I did a session on carefulness a few months ago, so I can link that video and share that with you. But how can I do this carefully? All right. With that, let's take that next right step. In our live discussion, because we record these live, in our live discussion, we'll talk about these and walk them through. And if you had questions and wanted to connect with me, it's easy enough. So with that, we'll talk soon.